Over under 13 and a half touches for Lawrence Toafili.
Oh, wow. Under.
Yeah, it's sad, isn't it? He'll get into a rhythm. He'll have 3 touches for 22 yards, and you feel like you're moving the ball, and then he won't be on the field the rest of the drive.
It's very strange. Very strange. They aren't able to sustain a lot of things. Yeah.
Yeah. Second down. Over under 3. I'm not going to give you a hook, so you can say push. Over under 3 drives for Luke Cromanhawk.
Push.
Push, right on the number. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Oh, really? Really quick, let's extrapolate. Do you really believe that he'd have more than 3 drives? Because it feels like if he did, we may just be going to him.
Well, here's the thing. Is we haven't really had a talk about this. Maybe it's for the remainder of today or tomorrow's pregame show. But Mike clearly, I saw somebody in the chat say this yesterday too, but Mike clearly, when he speaks about Luke Cromanhawk,
lights up.
He's putting his future in the hands of Luke Cromanhawk. He lights up. He speaks on him a different way. There's a different level of enthusiasm. I don't think it's just about he is an upper tier blue chipper out of high school. I think it's Mike Norvell believes that's the guy who's going to have to ride or die with here in the near future. So that would be a reason why I would handicap it and move that drive count up to 3.
Well, I think both could be true. I think he does believe that about Luke. I think he really likes Luke a lot. I think he's also working to make sure that Luke doesn't decide to transfer at the end of this disastrous year. I also think that he has to be kind of careful, though. I think he wants to ease him into that role. It's fascinating. You know, you could just rip the Band-Aid off and say, screw it, you're my guy. Now, you do it. If you do it, you lost Brock, but he might be willing to lose Brock, and that's fine. He might just say, okay, well, look, I would encourage you to stay. I want you to compete for the job. I'm not saying for certain that it's Luke's no matter what, but I feel like right now he gives us a better chance to win or whatever it might be, whatever he wants to say. I'm sure Brock would hear none of this and be taking it on down the road because he's the older of the 2 players, and he would have lost the job to a freshman, and I'm sure he would be quick to decide to take it on down the line. He's got some tools, too. Brock will end up playing somewhere if he does leave. And if in fact, we think that Mike is going to, at some point, push more for Luke than Brock. But I agree with those who think that he sounds a little bit extra, energized when he talks about Luke.
Yeah, and we've all been in work settings where there's that one employee that the boss likes, and so everybody's reporting on their week, and then it comes to Jimmy's turn. Jimmy, tell us about your week. And like, oh, wow, well, this guy's lighting up about Jimmy, and Jimmy hasn't done anything in 3 weeks, but for some reason, Jimmy has him hoodwinked. Your superior. Come on, dude. Oh, well, that's all right, Jimmy. Keep working. All right, everybody else, let's get it together. Jimmy clearly he's got a track record here.
And Jimmy gets extra time, too, so you have to hear him prattle on. You're like, Jimmy, you didn't do a damn thing. We're just sitting here listening to you ramble on about nothing.
Yes, and when Jimmy makes a joke, the boss laughs in an uncomfortable way. Like, you're like,
okay, what's going on here? Yeah,
you ever heard him laugh like that? He only laughs like that when Jimmy talks.
It's bizarre.
Third down, over under 2.5 empty possessions for Miami's offense in the first half.
Oh, you threw the caveat at the end. You said the first half because I would have gone over. Under. Under.
All right.
I mean, who amongst us doesn't see them coming out and moving the football pretty quickly? By the way, these boys better care about this game. And I don't mean it in the sense that it's a rivalry game. You have to care. You have to be passionate. You have to play with fervor and energy and fight and all that. That's all true. But they got a running back in Martinez that if you don't want to be there, you're going to be made to look like a fool. That is a big, strong man who has a relatively easy time running over people who are attempting to tackle him. If you half-ass it and go in there with anything short of ill intentions, he is going to run you over.
Yes. Also, speaking of half-assing, if their quarterback decides to lollygag his way out of bounds, run sideways,
take him out.
I don't care if it's a half step late. Nope, we're not doing that. We are not doing that, because the moment I let up, and here would be my defense on the podium. The moment I let up, did you see Mahomes run against the 49ers last weekend? The moment I let up, he'll cut back inside and get another 10 yards because I decide to pull off the gas. We are going full steam. He can be an adult and run out of bounds instead of walking out of bounds.
By the way, this is something that is applicable not just to him, to really any of the scrambling quarterbacks or quarterbacks that can run, any quarterback that can run. I have said this forever. You know how I feel about all of these calls on the sidelines where just because people jump up and down, officials feel the need to throw a flag because somebody gets hit before they're out of bounds. They're close to out of bounds, but they're not out of bounds, and they go flying into the bench. And every coach and every player jumps up like it's the end of the world on a perfectly legal hit. But the officials constantly, got to throw the flag there. That was unnecessary, and they hide behind the unnecessary. Look, man, to Tom's point, we've all seen it. Tons of guys have taken liberty with that rule. And I'll tell you what, you remember when Pitt's quarterback did the fake slide? What's his face? Who was a bum with the Steelers. Anyhow, he did the fake slide, then took off and ran. No, man. This is why it's almost impossible to play defense. And it's also why if it's bang, bang, and I've already started my dive, and you do you're going to get blown up. You're going to get blown up, and officials just need to understand it's the game. It's a violent game. That's the way it works. If you don't want to get blown up, get the hell up out of the pocket, or get out of bounds. Don't half step. And your man half steps all the time with it. So I'm with you. I would get penalized, and it would be a launch into the neck area.
I don't know that I would go up high, but I would get penalized.
I would. You're going to stand straight up and walk out of bounds. You're getting pummeled.
I'd rather the ribs, but okay, fair enough. Either way, you need to send a message that
a collarbone area,
just a little lower. That way, it's not targeting as well.
I'm not trying to hit his head. Just trying to break his collarbone.
When you said neck area, I feel like you were targeting. I think that's what you're getting at.
You think that, but you've got to look at it closely. It's very close.
This is how plausible deniability gets argued in the disciplinary hearing.
Very close. Very close.
Fourth down will be in non-garbage time. Do we exceed or fail to reach? In other words, over or under 16 and a half points. 16 and a half points in non-garbage
time?
Mm-hmm.
How are you going to define garbage time, sir?
Well, you know it when you see it.
Yeah, like pornography. But I would tell you that that's tough because is it garbage time if you're down 17 in the fourth?
Yeah.
With 10 minutes to play?
Mm-hmm.
No, I don't know if that's garbage time. It's close.
It's garbage time.
I don't think it's garbage time.
17? I'm trying to get to 17. You know what I mean? Like, I'm trying to get to 17 total. If I'm down 17, that's garbage time.
I know I have a scoring, I think, more than 17 at some point. Did I have 51-20? No, I think I have 51-17. I think that's you did it. I can't remember what I said on the report. It's something like that. Under.
Okay.
We're just not going to be able to block them, man. We're just not going to be able to block them. It's heartbreaking.
Bonus down. The best moment will come from where. So you can give me a phase of the game. You can give me a player. Give me a place that you're going to go. Okay.
All right. Mario's right, by the way.
Greater than 21 with 6 minutes left?
Yeah. That's garbage time.
Maybe in a Big 12 game. I don't know.
Not 17, buddy. Not 17.
We can't score 21. So what are we talking about?
You don't know that. The comeback's about to start. You don't know. You don't know it's happening. It's gonna happen. They're letting their guard down, and we're firing it around. What was the last bonus question? I missed it. I was just.
It was a happy thoughts. Where is the happy moment going to come from? We go, oh, well, at least he made a play.
Oh, I think Brock and Luke will both make a play that makes us happy. I think we'll see both quarterbacks make a play where we say, all right, okay, they're still fighting. They're still competing. That's a great throw. It's a good read. executed that properly. That's a good run, something like that. I think we'll see something from both young quarterbacks that will make us happy. I don't think it's going to be anywhere near enough. I think we're going to be buried in an avalanche of points the other way. I think that we're not going to have a lot of memories to take from this game that we say are happy memories as you described them. But I do think that there'll be a couple plays by the two young quarterbacks.